The Helium blockchain began experiencing degraded performance yesterday around 3:41 p.m. A bottleneck then began to form within the blockchain due to a large number of duplicated transactions. About 2 hours later, the blockchain was halted. As you can imagine, this type of outage impacts all aspects of the network, including mining. Since the halt, there have been numerous updates regarding the status. However, the blockchain is still halted. This, of course, also impacts the on-chain voting mechanism. The vote has since been suspended until the blockchain is up and running, which may take another few hours from the recording of this video. Keep in mind, the voting was expected to close within the next 48 hours. And strangely enough, it seems HNT is actually headed north towards $50 over the previous 6 hours, despite, of course, this blockchain outage and a decrease in the broader crypto market. Let's take a look at the details in today's video. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you all so much for being here. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe on the way in. It really helps support the channel and I'll really appreciate it. As I'm sure you guys are all aware, especially by the intro, the Helium network is currently experiencing one of the worst network outages it has ever experienced. As you can see here from the Helium status website, you can see that the blockchain is currently at, this is a 90-day timeline. For 90 days, there's really been no interruptions except for here where there was an outage for 2 minutes. I didn't even really hear about that. However, this one today is ongoing for more than 15 or 16 hours at this point, and there is still talk that it's going to take many more hours to get the network and the blockchain back up and running. And as you guys know, everything right now is basically shut down. There are no proof of coverage updates. There's no challenges, no beacons. Nothing is going on. No earning HNT. Very, very worrisome. However, we look at the chart, we can see that we did take a dive with the rest of the crypto market. However, as of this morning, we did really bounce back all the way up to basically the $49 range and have since receded. I'm sure as these updates are prolonged, I'm sure we might see a more exaggerated decrease in the HNT price. If we take a look here at CoinMarketCap.com, we can see Helium has not retreated really much more than its peers here. The best that I've seen Helium out was ranked number 40. We are currently at number 41. So considering that we have one of the worst network outages that I am aware of, it's handling it pretty well, especially considering the broader crypto market is down significantly. As you can see here, there are a lot of coins down in the double digits over the last 7 days. Helium only down 1.5%. Now, if we take a look at the Discord here, this is where we can really get time-stamped updates. I'm going to go through how this really has progressed, starting with just a degraded blockchain performance update, and then a few hours later turning into a complete blockchain halt around 6 p.m. last night. And now, as of this morning, core developers are releasing updates for validators and testing new consensus group updates. So as you can see here, yesterday at 3:41 p.m. this is the first time we heard of any issues with the blockchain, and you can see here the blockchain is currently experiencing long block times. We have identified the root cause and the team is currently working on a fix to resolve and prevent future occurrences. Shortly after, it seems like the problem got a bit worse. This was about an hour and a half later. The additional loading of a recent released chain var caused a router instance to propagate many stale state channels, which resulted in a large number of duplicated transactions. This large number of duplicated transactions has caused a bottleneck, resulting in longer than normal block times. So apart from these updates, it's so interesting to see how detailed they get in these updates. They could always just say, there's an issue with the blockchain, we're working on it, we're still working on it, we're still working on it. It is nice that they give us this information on what exactly the core developers are working on at any given time. And then shortly after that, about 50 minutes later, the blockchain was officially halted due to a bottleneck related to a large number of transactions. This outage impacts proof of coverages, challenges, etc. The team has identified the issue and is still working on a fix. Again, this was last night at 6 p.m. It is currently 10 a.m. the next day, Eastern Standard Time. So this has been going on for a long time. As you can see, another update later in the night. A very large block has been made with additional blocks slowly getting formed. The team is testing a few patches to prevent this from reoccurring. A few hours later, the router fix has been pushed to various Helium console router instances. The team is still testing various fixes. However, the blockchain status has not yet changed and blockchain activity is still halted. This goes on and on for a few more updates throughout the night, mentioning that the blockchain is still halted. However, they are trying to get things up and running, testing new developments, providing new updates. This is what they've been doing, and it is helpful to see it. However, the outage still exists. The blockchain is still offline. Now, if we fast forward throughout the night, we can see that this is the latest update about an hour ago. After letting the consensus group try to figure out how to produce the block for a few hours, some of the core developers have started their day looking at additional performance adjustments that may help the group come together and restart the chain. Validator operators in the consensus group, please prepare for another tagged release. The entire network appreciates your diligence. So that's where we have left off. The network, the blockchain is still halted. The core development team is still working on these updates, these fixes. Hopefully this shines some light on some weak areas of the blockchain. They can get this fixed and put in processes that will prevent this from happening in the future. And of course, this is an ongoing learning process for the network, for Helium, for the development team. There is no network that is created and scaled at this sort of rate that has no hiccups. Of course, you hate to see that it's so severe that the blockchain is halted. However, we will learn from the mistakes. The network will grow stronger through this, and we'll get past it and put in processes to prevent things like this from happening again. And of course, guys, here, the HIP39 region nomination is an on-chain voting system for the first time. As you can imagine, with the blockchain being halted, voting is suspended while the blockchain is currently halted. This will automatically push out the vote deadline as it's counted in the blocks, not clock time. Of course, as you can see here, deadline block is 1,104,000. Being that the blockchain is halted, the time clock technically stops because no more blocks are being created. So no issue with that. However, it does extend the actual time until the vote will be closed and official. And at the time of this recording, we were at 65.5%, which is 50 basis points away from actually passing the redenomination. That is unbelievably close, especially with this little time remaining once the blockchain is back online. So guys, that is the update I have for you guys this morning. Might have more stuff for you later. Keep in mind, about 20 minutes or 30 minutes from the release of this video is the Helium minted miner release. Another approximately 6,000 gold spot and 5,000 black spot miners are going to be released for immediate shipment on their website. Link will be below. Please, guys, if you want one, try and get one in this release. This is probably your best bet, especially considering a lot of these hype people that jump on these trains might not be necessarily that interested right now because the blockchain is halted and because Helium is below $50 again. So keep that in mind. This might be your best bet to get one. Check out the link below. And remember, have your payment information ready. But guys, that is all I have for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. I would really appreciate it. But just like that, this video is over, and I will see you next time.